Hello, guys. I just wanted to get on here for a little while and talk. Uh, just about some things I've been thinking about and some things you guys could take as information. Just got this new hoodie from Catalyst, and it talks about it on like fucking one of Playway Max's streams or something. I think it's X as a cat, which is sick as shit. R.I.P. X. This shit's tough. I fuck with it heavy. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna talk. I just want to talk right now about this. You know, as things go on with everyone's day, everyone's life, time is passing by. Time is leaving. Time is becoming of absence. Uh, we really, we really spend so much time really thinking about what's wrong and what we shouldn't think about. Things that like hold you back, like the negatives about your life. Day after day, we're like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Saying, oh, this person fucked me over, this person ruined me, revenge, a feeling of almost like, damn, like this person's really holding me back. I can't do this. There's always so much of this blaming and not taking initiative or taking your own, taking the blame or taking the what's the word? Taking accountability for your own actions. And the more and more I start to realize how I do that actually, and I start to put things away, really, uh, really gets to me. So like right now, the reason I started making this video was because I was about to start playing video games, and I was probably gonna play until around 7. It's 2 o'clock right now, 2:44. So it's like 3. Um, that would have just been so much of a waste of time when I could be on here making content or creating something that could help me pursue my goals, to be a voice where I know I need to be and where I should be. Cause yeah, maybe I'm not the smartest person or the most intelligent or the fucking, oh, I have new ideas, new great things. I feel like a lot of insight to experiences of my lifetime because I've been through so much in such a short period of life, being like only 20, like 19 at the time. Uh, so things is I just like feel like I've been in so many different scenarios, so many different relationships of people, experiences of human beings. I start to realize that so many people will base their life around the things that happened in the past. No matter, like, sometimes it could be very devastating, like something trauma wise related to your family, related to you getting something happening to you when you were a child, something happening to you when you're an adult, something happening over time, but like those things really keeping you away from pursuing something is almost impossible for me to like comprehend as something that's useful. uh Someone who I can explain this well with was oh, what was his name? Like Nick Walker was molested as a child. He talks about it in a interview. I think he said he was 12. And to me, that shows a point of perspective of taking that negative energy you have and putting it into something positive. You're having this weighing, hurtful thing that happened to you when you were a child, something that will scar someone for the rest of their life, something that will change someone's brain chemistry to be so different and perceive sexual contact or anything like that in a completely different aspect. So, seeing that how clinical responses could be, because like Nick Walker being a powerlifter and taking steroids could be a conception of either just putting his energy into it and being like, I'm going to pursue this and take all my anger out and frustration, which he says he does, or it's almost like I'm not saying a cope, like a cope's a bad thing. I'm just saying a cope in general to be like I'm more manly now. So now, in the fact of it, I am fighting back by being more of a man than my predator, in a sense. And I'm not saying this on a disrespectful level, I'm just saying psychology wise, that would make sense. On the same scale as someone wanting to prove themselves more of a man to their father because their father didn't respect them in a sense. I see a lot of cases like this in reality, a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, a lot of people I've met have this process in mind that me being successful and me pushing forward to do something to prove someone wrong, as if they are your competition, so you are going to prove their thought process completely wrong, which I understand that in a very big sense because I have that same internal fight, I feel, as being an adopted child and not knowing my father in any sense or according way. Never met him, don't even know who he could possibly be. Now, in that thought process, I like to see that he in a sense abandoned me, didn't believe in me, didn't take anything I had to offer into consideration. Me being a prodigy, me being something of, I wasn't anything of worth to him, you know? Knowing that I was around, maybe not knowing I was around, unknowing to me, but if he did know I was around, I'm not presenting anything of worth to him. And into my head, I'm worth a lot more than nothing, you know? A lot more than nothing. So the entire like concept of adoption and like not being taken care of, because my mom wanted to take care of me, I know that for sure. She had her own problems, addiction, uh, adultery, heavily like things like that's why at conception I was not on purpose at all. There's this thought process of, or understanding is in a sense that you are an accident. And that's what I feel a lot of the time. And I'm like, well, this accident can't be an accident due to the fact that I could do something and be something great. I could be someone that people look up to instead of throw in the trash. I could be something way greater than nothing. I could show this person, maybe if they're watching or not, or know I exist or don't, I could still in my head disprove their claim. He's not worth nothing. He could be my kid, I don't care, to now you're watching me on TV. So there's this real big uh, gap between fighting for something that you wish you had, like a father, and fighting to have this alpha male, not alpha male, more like this superiority in a sense to what the claim was. Let's say I'm not, like he thinks I'm nothing, I'm not going to end up anything. Yeah, I ended up everything. So I understand how holding grudges and focusing on those negatives can be fucking hurtful and it can hurt and damage a person. But here I'm encouraging you to just push and really give it all you got, because life in a sense becomes meaningless without a goal. And that's where the cycle of happiness, people will say, oh, I'm content with being where I am, but if you could have the choice, would you choose to stay in the same place? Because the only thing holding you back really is yourself and your doubts and your thoughts and your fears. Without any of those, you would pursue whatever you want. So just take that into consideration. But yeah, to be totally honest, that's really all I really wanted to talk about in a sense. But I just think it's way better to not let those things really get to your head. I'm not saying that it won't happen. It does get to my head too. It fucks me over a few times, every other day, every day. I think about it a lot. I think about being abandoned in certain aspects, and is whether it's in a loving monogamous relationship where you get taken advantage of and ruined by your partner, or if it's from a non-monogamous but like more monogamous family relationship, like a relationship with your parents or the people that you think love you, and something just happens where you don't feel loved anymore because you were disrespected to a sense that it's almost irreplaceable, the feeling and the connection that you had. So I think it's something that you don't, and you have to also check yourself for dwelling. You're not you're dwelling on things, and you're just like not pursuing things because you're just waiting till later when you can pursue now, because there later isn't guaranteed. You could die at any moment. You could have a heart attack right now. Someone could give you a drug that would make you die. You could accidentally fall into a pit of fentanyl and you just die. I don't know. There's just so many things that could happen to you. Anybody could die at any moment. So pursue what you want now. You don't know when it's over. You don't know when it's gonna end. You don't know when this becomes that. You don't know when life becomes death. So live while you can. Just live while you can. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, my name is Kenyon, Kratos, Symbiote, whatever the fuck you want it to be. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day.